questions that are most relevant, what I've seen in the interviews that I've done with police departments and the one that I just did with Ridgefield. So the ones that always come up are: tell me about yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, tell me a time when you need to work as part of a team, why do you want to work for us, why should we hire you, and how do you work under pressure. Those, I think, are the ones that have popped up the most. So I'll start from there. So my name is Dane Santos. I am currently 15 credits shy from graduating with a communications degree. I will be done in 4 years. I've worked all 4 of those years. I am getting married in July. I've been dating this girl since senior year of high school. I've grown up in Clark County, so in the area. I think that's very relevant because I would like to stay and work in this area. I almost feel like I owe Clark County something because it's been such a great place for me to grow up, and it's given me so many opportunities. I have most of the courses I've taken are going to be relevant to police work because it's a lot of communication skills, power dynamics, conflict resolution, small group communication, advanced public speaking. So these classes are going to help me thrive whether I'm in the patrol car or you guys need me to speak to the media or the press or to the public. And I mean, it could range from walking up to a car and understanding the body language because I've taken a nonverbal class, or it's going to range to I'm the guy that you guys have speak to the media on camera day when something happens. I have skills in that entire range. So now a little bit more about myself is I went to Southern Oregon University right away to play football. That ended up not working, but it was still a great opportunity, and I still learned a ton from playing on a team, a collegiate sports team. I can't imagine not going through that because it taught me so much about who I am and being a part of a team. Now that's probably my biggest thing is I'm a team player. That's where I thrive. I'm currently working at Fred Meyer. I have tons of skills in customer service because it's where I've worked since senior year of high school. I've worked every year since then. Worked really hard. I don't have any debt currently. I have a great credit score. Haven't gotten a ticket in 5 years. That I only have one. I've worked really hard to be someone that a police department would want, and I think that shows with who I am. So now your strengths and weaknesses. So my strengths for sure are going to be a team building. I'm a team player. I do really well in high pressure situations, and I've been known to work really hard in a lot of different atmospheres. So team player, I've always done well. I just got employee of the month for the second time for the Fred Meyer team. I'm at a college where there's a ton of different people and a lot of people don't get along or think differently. I've done really well there. I haven't made any enemies. Everybody seems to like me. I've worked really hard to show everybody respect. Under pressure, I've done extremely well. Fred Meyer can be pressure, or football can be lots of pressure, and I've never really been the guy to crumble. I've always rose to the occasion and worked hard to not let the stress get the best of me. And I think that's going to really show when you guys give me the job to work in a police department where there's a lot of stress when you pull someone over and it's a stressful situation because they're getting antsy. And you won't see me running away from it. Yeah, I think you'll see me being courageous and sticking to my ground and continually getting better. And then my weaknesses are going to be I'm very relationship oriented. So when it comes to a task at Fred Meyer, let's say I need to stock cheese, but my boss isn't doing so hot, I think it's more important that I talk to him, but that takes away from the task at hand, so I think that's why it's a weakness. I can be really hard on myself. I recently got number 1 in the physical fitness category when I ran it for the public safety event, but I wasn't happy because I didn't do better than the last time. I actually ended up getting the exact same score, or the same 300 meter time, and it really bummed me out, and it kind of upset me, but something I'm going to have to work on and be easier on myself. And then the last one would definitely have to be I can have tunnel vision. What I mean by that is, right now I really love bass fishing, and that is something that I just think eat, sleep, and breathe. And I really love football, and I'm, skipped a lot of social events, and kind of being a kid, I skipped that because I would rather work out and be better for football. So I think that can be a weakness because it can take away from what's at hand. But I think if I work really hard and balance it, I think that being a cop will not take over my life, and I'll be able to balance my family and social life and all that, because I know that makes you a better cop. So tell me about a time when you've worked as part of a team. First, I would say football is the biggest one. I've been a part of many different teams and learned a ton and never had issues. And I understand that sometimes you need to have others back and sometimes they need to have yours, and that's totally okay. And you just need to focus on doing your job, know when to ask for help, and know when to help out. Because sometimes it's more important that you do your job and let the other person fail based on the situation. I think because of all the experience, I know when that situation is, and I know when it's important to let your teammate fail, and you know when it's important to jump in there and help them out. Second team would be Fred Meyer for sure. I mean, there's 200 employees, and you got many different departments, but I've done so well and been able to be an Employee of the Month twice because I know when it's okay to help another department. I know when I'm supposed to get my job done. I know how important it is that I'm on time, that I'm honest, that I do the right thing, and that I continually try and, part of that team is customer service and being a guy for the customer, and I have done a really good job at that as well. So understanding all the different team dynamics, whether it be a large team, small team, both at the same time. I mean, there's so many different teams going on at once, and I've been able to do really well in that situation, I think, because of all the teams I've been a part of, and how I think that will transfer very well into the Ridgefield Police Department. It's not going to be like I will be successful on this team just like I was in all the other teams. That's just because that's one of my strengths. That's where I do well. I love to be a part of teams, and I hope to be a part of this team. So why do you want to work for us? Well, Ridgefield is in Clark County, and Clark County is a place that I've lived and grown up in my entire life, and I love it to death. And I couldn't imagine protecting and serving a better county. I love every city in here, and I think Ridgefield is part of that team. And my family's here, and my fiance's family's here, and I want my family to be here. I'm getting married in Washougal, which is just down the street in Clark County. I mean, this is where I want to set my roots, and I also think that this is a growing department, and you will have, if you hire me, you'll have 12 guys total. But it's going to grow and grow and grow, and I want to be a sergeant, and I want to be a lieutenant, and I would love to be a chief, and I think this is a great time to start because it's only going to grow, and I think there's going to be a lot of upward mobility, and I would love to do that. And finally, you guys give me what is in my blood. My grandfather's a police officer for 30 years. My uncle's currently one in Portland for 24 years, I believe. And I'm next. I'm going to be the third generation Santos to be a police officer, wherever that is, and I hope it's here. Because I couldn't imagine myself in a better place right now. This gives me everything that I would need. And I have fallen in love with Ridgefield. I've been hunting here since I was, a freshman in high school. I love Ridgefield, and I couldn't imagine protecting and serving a different city. So why should we hire you? Well, like I've highlighted before, I have the communication skills, which I think is important. I have the customer service skills. I have the perfect degree. I have it in my family. I've grown up here my entire life. And I have this passion, this fire in my bones to protect and serve a city in Clark County. And you won't catch that in a lot of people. My circumstances growing up, I was raised by someone who's in the Army for 25 years. My grandfather was a police officer for 30 years, and my uncle is currently a police officer for 24 years. Combined with that passion that I have, and combined with that nature and nurture, right? Both of those come together, and I think they've really made me into the ideal police officer. And I think that is a huge reason why you should hire me. And I couldn't, and like I said before, why do I want to work here? Is all the reasons that you should hire me. I want to be in this department just as bad as I want to be a police officer, and I think that combines for really well. Under pressure, like I said, I work really well. I don't stress out. I relax. I breathe. I take what's coming at me and try and do my best. I mean, that's all I can really do, right? And I think a lot of people get caught up because they're overthinking the situation before it's happening, whereas I have the ability to step back and assess the situation and really do what I think is right in that situation, but then also do it wholeheartedly 100% and not do 80% with 20% of my mind thinking, oh, I should have done something else. So, and I also think that a big part of being a police officer is going to be valor and duty. Valor is courage, especially in the face of battle. And I think that I would show that courage under pressure or in the face of battle, because I know high pressure situations are a lot different in the police world, in the law enforcement world, than it is in, you know, the business world or whatever it may be. And then duty is moral or legal obligation. If you guys hire me, it's going to be a legal obligation to do well and handle stress and handle pressure well. But what is going to set me apart is that moral obligation. It's who I am. And that's why I think that I would do so well, because it's who I am and it's who I'm supposed to be, and I'm not going to shy away from pressure, because it's just who I am. It's one of my strengths. And in 5 years, where do I see myself? Honestly, I see myself being a sergeant in this department. I see myself having people below me that come to me and ask me for questions. I see myself being a leader in this department. And, 5 years from that, I see myself being even higher. I'm really not chasing anybody in this department. I'm chasing myself. I'm chasing where I think I should be in 5 years. And where it always is in a place of leadership, in a place where I can make a difference, in a place where I can, use my skills and who I am to really make an impact in the community, but also make an impact in the officers below me and above me. I would like to be someone that the sergeants above me or lieutenants or chief can come to me and ask, what I think about a decision, because they know that they can trust me. And that's the position I want to be in 5 years. And you don't necessarily doesn't have a title. I just want to be the guy that people can come to and know that they're going to get a straightforward answer, know that it's going to be someone that they can trust. Thank you.